All right. Now, with any luck, I didn't mess up my controller's connection to my computer for this. And it'll all work correctly, which would be real nice, but we'll find out in a moment. So hi, welcome back. I'm back, to Mecha Mondays. I'm Fragath. I am your intrepid pilot today, as I am every week. That I'm doing this. I'm sorry about the last 2 weeks. It's been nutty. It's been nutty. I had work stuff and then a family get together, which was good. So this week I am doing Tail Concerto, a game from, shoot, I don't know, pretty late, if I recall, in the PS1 era's life. It was a ways back. Let me find the date real quick, because I honestly don't remember the date it came out. I had uh, rented it way back. Where are you? Release data. Thanks, GameFAQs. You saved my life. Here we go. Yeah, right at the end of the millennium. Came out in the States in 99. August of 99. Ooh, month appropriate. Which is probably why I had played it. Probably rented it for my birthday. Or rented it and then played it for my birthday. Or got it for my birthday at the time. Good times. It's not a super long game and not immensely challenging, but it has heart and soul. I had largely forgotten it existed um, until a game called Solato Robo, Solatorobo, came out on the DS decades later, um, or like a decade later, a decade and change later, like 15 years, whatever, substantial amount of time later. I had completely forgotten Tail Concerto existed. Incidentally, good luck getting a copy of Tail Concerto now. Um, they're like going for $300 plus. It's absolutely bonkers. I can't find my copy. That's how I know this. I looked it up. I'm like, oh, I'll just get another one. Who even remembers? It's like, oh, it's like $300. I'm like, ha ha, nope, it's in a box somewhere. I will find it at a later date. So we are emulating this. I am usually hesitant to admit that, but here we go. And yeah. Okay, one more time for the world. Bear with me. No, do this. Is that not one of the most cathartic sounds and sights from the 90s? It's up there. Also, Ancient Atlas logo. Good times all. Atlas has had a reasonable run. I'll show the intro video as well. Alrighty. So, Tail Concerto is part of a. It's now sort of a trilogy, kind of quadrilogy. It's complicated. Um, what are our difficulties? I don't really care. If I die in this, it's going to be a minor miracle. And as far as I know, difficulty doesn't change much other than the amount of damage you take. So I'll leave it on normal. I don't think there's any bonus scenes or anything for doing it on hard that I know of. So it is the first in the series in terms of development. It's made by CyberConnect 2. Back then they were just CyberConnect. If you recognize that name, it's because you've played the Dot Hack games. I want to say they did some Naruto titles as well, which is what they do when they need to make money in order to make passion projects like games such as this. Um, they're nominally part of the Little Tail Bronx series, I believe the series is called. Basically, a universe in which there's a bunch of cute furry animals that walk around on two legs. Furries or kemono mimis or whatever they're called now. Whatever the proper terminology is. Kemono pals. Cute animals. So this game is actually mostly voiced, which is also pretty cool. Gameplay wise, and you'll see a controller configuration, you are afforded complete controller control. This I'm going to make into backwards so I have an easy way of doing that. Jump, yes, yes. What I'm probably going to do is swap these around a little real quick. So camera controls are important. Yeah, I'm gonna switch this to camera down. I'm going to switch you to forward. I'm gonna switch you to backward. Gameplay-wise, you're looking at a weird hybrid of Mega Man Legends meets Ape Escape with furry pals. Cat and dog specifically. Um, there are not other furry animal people running around. So this game is very playable, particularly for the time period. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on gameplay-wise, but nothing too crazy. Everything is all fun and games until we have to do hardcore platforming, and there are a bunch of sections towards the end where we have to do that. And that is where things get complicated, because it is not a great time. We will be stuck on it for a while. So yeah, it's part of the Little Tail Bronx series. The second game that came out, Solato Robo, on the DS, is like this but even more so. It's a super, super good game, and I recommend everybody find it, but again, good luck getting a copy. It didn't sell well in the States, as far as I know. I happened to luck into it because I saw like 2 promo images and I was like, oh hey, that looks like Mega Man Legends, and since we're never getting Mega Man Legends 3, fill in the blank.
What's the matter? Why are you crying? I'm not crying! This might cheer you up.
I don't want it.
Okay then.
Well, if you insist, then I guess I'll have to take it.
Okay then. Here, take it.
Aw.
Now that's what I call a good night's sleep. That dream reminded me of... Oh well, never mind. I've been looking forward to a day off for a long time. How am I going to spend it?
So, something you'll probably be noticing by accident, longtime viewers from the last several months, is for some reason, the games I've been picking lately start with people in PJs. It's a coincidence, I swear. I have two outfits, PJs and business attire. Well, Waffle does. The name of our plucky main character is Waffle. He is a dog boy. And he has a mech. Because of course he does.
I wonder who that could be. Hello? What? The Black Cat's gang is attacking Rasaka? Packs of kittens are tearing up the town? Yes, sir. I'll be right there. There goes my day off. It's a dirty job, but some dogs gotta do it.
So we got airships. The world we're in,
This is our home, Prairie. It's made of several floating islands and home to many dog people and even a few cat people. Prairie was built upon the ruins of an ancient civilization. Many relics have been found around the land. These relics are very precious because they hold mystical powers. They are a part of our heritage and a very important part of our daily lives. We know very little about the ancient civilization that preceded us or how they perished, nor do we know much about the artifacts they left behind. All we are left with is a big mystery.
those rascally Black Cat's gang are at it again. Could that be the Black Cat's gang? I wonder. I should talk to the locals and see if they have any information for me. Oh, thank goodness, the analog sticks are working. Okay, good. We're Gucci. We're Gucci, boys and girls. I jumped for joy. Truly, I jumped for joy. So... Control is interesting. You've got a bit of inertia. The main bit of control wonkitude is the camera, because it matters, unfortunately. For one of the core gimmicks, we have a bubble gun. We can also grab things. That's the wrong button. We can also whip our arms around. This does basically nothing. This is good for objects that I can break, but enemies it doesn't really do a whole lot to. Theoretically, you're supposed to swing your arms and be able to pick stuff up, but that has not worked for me historically. If that is a feature, then if that is not indeed a feature, I misunderstood terribly. This is the switch for the crane. It looks like it was damaged in the attack. So we've got a cute mech. I love this mech. It is adorable, and I want one. If only I were a dog person floating on an island covered in mystical relics, so that could happen. So I've got, like, a glowy gem thing in the back, which is how certain things happen later. I've got stretchy arms like Ivy's whip from Soul Calibur. I've got one, smoking nacelle there, our exhaust pipe. I love it. I love everything about it. I like how Waffle has his cap going backwards, and I can float. Also a bubble gun, because a bubble gun is the most important feature. We will be using that a bit. And by a bit, I mean frequently. We do not get upgrades to the bubble gun until a seminal event occurs later that I cannot spoil. Movement is pretty straightforward. You go forward, you can go backward. I hit the wrong button. We are going to try and do going backward occasionally. There's also traversal of grabbing ledges, as well as ladders, which we'll be dealing with rather later in the game. We're not going to worry about it too much now. Game-wise, if I were to power through this, I could probably bang it out in an hour. 2 hours maybe tops. If I didn't care about 100%ing. As it is, probably my average playthrough time is like 6. So expect 2, maybe 3 sessions of me doing this. Movement-wise, I turn, my arms go floppy-flop, but there's an inertia to my turning, so if I run forward and turn, you can see it's sort of sluggish. You can do like quick turns by moving and turning like that, but you kind of scrape across the ground a little. So that's most of it. Hey, are you all right? Groan. Ah, my warehouse! Darn those black cats. Look at what their bombs did. Woof. If I had known, I would have thrown them back at them before they exploded. This is a gameplay hint. So the gem in our back is actually like a transport device. You're going to see that be relevant in just a moment here. The kittens are vandalizing the warehouses. Hurry up and capture them, please. To enter a warehouse, stand in front of the door and press the action button. So, we're going to open a door.
Yeah.
Get near the kittens and capture them with the action button. If you use the bubble blaster on the kittens, you can capture them easily. So they're very cute. But they are also rascals, like the apes from Ape Escape, only with a lot fewer Uzis. So there's a bit of an art to grabbing them. They do not. Okay, so whistles. When the police robo is damaged, he can repair it. So when they say that, they don't mean it heals me per se. Those are my lives. Whistles are lives. I don't remember how many whistles you can actually get in a game. It is over 20. But it is not infinite, I do not think. So capturing cats, we pick them up, and they nominally get thrown into our backpack. Or our transport gem, which I guess goes to a jail cell or something somewhere. So we're going to deal with some...
Here we go.
That little punk smile. Those kittens are throwing bombs. I'd better watch out. You can pick up and throw the bombs in barrels with the action button. So, like Ape Escape... Oops. Like Ape Escape... The color of the shirt the cat is wearing signifies what it does. Black shirts throw bombs. Blue shirts do something that I don't remember. Oh, it's kind of working. Okay, it's not working anymore, that's fine. Red shirts just run away from you, generally. We will encounter other little kitty cat varieties. This is not the entire game, but it is certainly a large portion of it. So we're just going to blow up these crates. Get the cats out. After you do something like get a cat knocked out by an object, they will be on the ground unconscious for a while. Which I think lasts about the same amount of time that bubbling them does. I'm not really sure. So. There are other breakable. So this red thing in front of me is just the snood or bust a move style guideline for the bubbles I shoot. They bounce off walls, which can be quite useful and will be useful against some of the bosses, which I'm going to be running away from a bunch. Getting down their patterns is very much the entire game. the real core difficulty of the gameplay experience. The other... So, collectibles. We have photographs that we can get that show off characters and whatnot in various settings. The bubble gun does do some damage. We can blow stuff up. This is either a wrench or a bone. I honestly can't tell. It's probably a bone. These heal us. I can sit and wait for him to put him in his backpack. Gives me 30% of my life back. There are other healing items. There is a can of what looks like catfish or tuna. And there is also a medkit. Medkit does 100% health, and the can does 50%, I believe. So, photograph pieces. There's a bunch of photographs, some of which you cannot unlock until you're renovating. Until the end of the game. And, you've beaten the game. There we go. So it kind of has tank controls, but not quite as bad in my assessment as, say, Resident Evil. But not too distant from it either. Alright, so we can't yet get inside this burned out warehouse to grab that whistle. We'll be able to do it later. There is... Oh, that's right. There's this mechanic. So there's diving jumps. If there are iframes on this, I'm not sure how long they are. Mostly it is to get from here to there very quickly. You cannot dive forwards. You can, I guess, dive backwards. I thought you could not. You cannot dive forwards, though. Diving backwards directly is kind of... Wow, that actually worked. I was unable to do this earlier, but that's fine. Mostly it's going to be side to side. As far as I know, there's no lock-on mechanic, though, which, you know. Oh, did I mess these up? I messed these up. Somehow I messed up the controls. That's fine. Oh, let's talk to you. Help me! Huh? What's the matter? The Black Cats gang is vandalizing my wine cellar. I can't bear the thought of those kittens tap dancing on my barrels of vintage wine. Okay, okay, pull your polygons together. I'll stop the kittens. Which, I think his wine cellar's on the other side. This is one of the more involved areas of the game. Most of the others are pretty straightforward. Whoops. Or my wine cellar, ellipsis. Oh, I can jump onto these, by the way. These are very much jump-onable, but there is nothing really for me to do once I have done so. So I will do it to show you how platforming works. Platforming works like so. I have platformed. Aren't you proud of me? This also happens. You're going to be seeing a lot of that later. You don't lose a ton of health for falls, but it's not especially good either. Where's his wine cellar? Is my question. Is it this one? Yes. I thought I went into this building. I did not. So we are going to have to actually do that. Hold the action button down and a guide will appear on the screen. This is where the camera becomes highly relevant. I'm going to catch the ones down below first, and then I'm going to deal with bomb throwing. Whoops. So when you do this hover movement, which is me tapping X a lot, you have, like, no forward momentum.
Here we go.
Get over here, you. Oops. So this is where camera becomes important, because changing your camera... Whoops! That took too long. Changing your camera elevation is what changes where stuff goes. So, and then wave 2 shows up. This is fairly straightforward. Most of the game is going to be similar to this, interspersed with some not wholly inconsequential, but very pattern-heavy boss fights. So I've gotten the warehouse cats, because I'm just that good. So medkit, 100% health. Is there another box I didn't blow up? No, got all the boxes. I am going to be breaking just about every object I can touch. Because they like to hide the picture fragments, which are my only real measure of success here, behind them. You captured all the kittens. Thank you very much. And, wine barrels are okay, right? What? Sure. Of course. Huh. By the way, I saw 3 cats in an airship heading toward the ruins. I think they're the leaders of the Black Cat's gang. The ruins, huh? Yes, the ancient castle floating above Risaka. You can get there using the elevator in the tower. So we're gonna have to do that. But first, so as you can see, these environments are designed with a certain amount of flair, but they're relatively straightforward. The Black Cat's gang and their leaders must have headed that way. I remember someone telling me I could take this elevator to the top. What the? Those pesky kittens. They're so cute. Now, the Black Cat's gang, as has been intimated through the opening cutscene, as well as, well, mostly the opening cutscene. Doing that to make my life a little easier. You can damage the kitten's vehicles by using your bubble blaster, which we are going to have to do. This is where things get a bit tricky, because I can't always hit these. You can blow up the bombs by shooting them with the bubbles as well, which is good. Grabbing their bombs and throwing them at them is by far the best way to damage them, but you have to actually hit them. Like that. Usually blue shirts, yeah, the ones with blue shirts / overalls are usually they're the ones who are in a vehicle. There are a couple different little kitten vehicles that we'll see. Mine. This kitten was carrying something. Waffle found a bag of coal. Just like Christmas. So other than doing like, oh boy, whoops. Watch your step. That last one's a doozy. This piece completes one of the photographs. I'll put it in my album later. So back in Porto, where we started the game, but immediately transitioned into the robot and everything. We have a photo album that we'll be able to put those into. Well, they do it automatically. So it's the OC, whatever that is, ocean, I guess. We don't really have water though, or rather, the water is very, very far below us. I want to say this building here is locked, will remain so until much later. But there is, of course, a photo down there we will have to get. At that point in time, I don't need this. But I'm going to go to all these buildings because, A, we've got things in them. You're mine. This kitten was carrying something. A toy doll. Alright. Usually you only have to hit them like once or twice. There's a couple things I'm going to have to hit a little bit more frequently. That's going to be the longer one of those. You'll know those when I get to them. Or I think I'll know them when I get to... Whatever, I mean, I don't know. Here's the engine room. This is, I think, where I do the coal. Oh, this is the thing with the... I don't want to be here. I want to go to the other places first. So that's the room I'm going to have to go to in order to actually progress. But first I want to go into these other locations real quick, partly to show them off and partly because I said so. There we go. That actually worked. Bop. Boop. I don't want that. I want that. I found a piece of a photograph. I don't know exactly how many photograph pieces there are in total. They do not correlate directly to the number of photographs. Like, a lot of photos require like 4 pieces, but there's a bunch that it's just like you get the one photograph thing, and that's it. That's your photo, you got it. I don't think I can go here yet. Won't open, it's locked, very good. I haven't done this in a while. I did a little brief test run to make sure my controller was working earlier. That's pretty much been it. I'm working off of memory, but I played through this game a lot. In years past. So that coal we picked up earlier comes in handy right about the engineer's sighs as he watches the fire in the boiler burn out. The Black Cat's gang stole our coal. The boiler won't work without it. If you want to use the elevator, you'll need to find some coal. Is this the coal you were talking about? Waffle hands the coal to the engineer. Yeah, this is it. Wait here. I'll turn the boiler on right now. The engineer tosses the coal into the boiler. You aren't supposed to put that much coal in all at once, are you? Trust me, it'll be fine. This should keep it going for a long time. And now everything starts moving jauntily. I hope so. So I'm nominally an authority figure, but really I just help people out a lot. I believe here comes our first boss fight. And honestly, it's probably one of the harder ones, because it's your first boss fight.
Black Cat's gang, you're under arrest. What? Is that you, Officer Waffle?
Panda, what are you doing here?
I'm trying to ambush the Black Cat's gang.
Yeah, right.
And you? How are you, Officer Waffle? If you want to report to headquarters, please use my radio.
This is how we save. I'll keep an eye out here. We don't need to save again. We'll be fine. The game is not really hard enough to justify using him too frequently, other than just making sure you've gotten progress and keeping it. I hear voices from behind the door.
Is this the crystal? That was easy. Let me see. Oh, let me see. Oh, wow, it's beautiful.
Flair, did you wash your hands after you ate that candy?
Hey! You idiot! You got chocolate all over the crystal!
You must be the leaders of the Black Cat's gang. Freeze! You're all under arrest.
What? Who do you think you're talking to? Oh!
You're...
And you're... Hey, what's going on?
Is that you? Alicia?
Shut
Shut up! I don't know you! Don't you remember me? You lived next door to me when you were 8 years old.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'll show you what happens to people who mess with the Black Cats gang! Flare, Stare, are you ready? Yes!
Sure.
So we are now formally introduced to the Black Cats gang. I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It drops these. I forgot about that. So, I'm gonna hit him with the bubble blaster. Fortunately, they give us plenty of ammunition. Oops. Also, oops. Yeah, because they can thwack you. That does some damage, but not a ton. And we can kill them with the bubbles. In fact, we're going to do, on some of the later bosses, that's going to be how we're dumping a lot of damage into them while we wait for attacks.
Waffle, you won't get away with this! You just wait. Yeah, what Alicia said.
Do we have to do that again?
She knew my name, so it must have been Alicia. What's this? Could this be the crystal that Alicia was talking about?
So we got the red crystal.
Officer Waffle!
Hey, how's it going, Panta? Catch any black cats?
No, but I've got a message from headquarters.
I understand you chased away the Black Cats gang. Excellent job, Waffle.
Thank you, sir.
From now on, you're in charge of the Black Cats case.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna...
Are you nuts? There's no way you're taking a vacation while people need your help.
What? But I'm on vacation.
Your vacation is canceled until you capture the Black Cats gang.
Oh, man.
Send the captured kittens to headquarters with the police Robos transporter. We'll keep you updated. Report back to headquarters with your updates. Got it?
Yeah. Hey, Chief, the black cat's dropped this crystal. What should I do?
What's that? Stop wasting time with your crystals and find those kittens!
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry for all the trouble you went through, Officer Waffle. I may not be very big, but I'm determined to help you. If we team up, we can nail the Black Cat's gang.
Thanks, Panta. Well then, I think I'll go and talk to the townspeople again.
I'll never forgive him. Oh no, I'm all dirty. I need to take a bath.
Who's there?
Huh?
I'm sorry. Did I startle you?
Fool, what are you doing here?
No, seriously, that's his name.
Well. This isn't like you at all. The Pris sisters of the Black Cat's gang have been beaten by a stupid cop, eh? You've wasted all the wonderful weapons I've given you.
He was tougher than we thought, that's all. We'll get him next time.
You will collect all 5 crystals hidden throughout Prairie. As you promised, right?
Yeah, whatever. You just better keep your part of the bargain.
Yes, of course. I'm just a simple merchant, so credibility means everything to me.
I don't like him. He smells like fish.
You heard it from Flair. He smells like fish. Fortunately, we don't really have to deal with that individual too frequently until the very end. I am going to save because I am a save-aholic. I'm already taking my time in a big way, more so than I was expecting. Come on. Makes damn sure that you want to actually save. We do, in fact, want to save. It's a thing we want to do. Actually, there's that little bit of health over here that I'll grab. I don't think there's any items here. We can also interact with this, but it doesn't really do anything. So there's this egg thing. The inside is hollow. I wonder if the crystal was in here. The crystal was in there. We don't have an inventory system, so I can't tell you for absolute certain that we do in fact have... Ooh, excuse me. The crystal in our inventory, but we do. Obviously, the crystals are relevant to a much grander evil scheme. Ooh, excuse me. Golly. Hiccups at the worst time. They might have opened that gate to the city now that the Black Cats are gone. Downtown is behind the green door. It'll be on your right as you go out. And armed with a small child's doll. Oh yeah, you can hear that squeaky, 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 squeaky of somebody trying to clean the... So these townspeople, in fact, all the passive NPCs, I believe, have changing dialogue throughout the game. And, in fact, to get some of the backstory, you have to. For instance, I believe Alicia's entire reason for being as upset as she is hidden behind NPC dialogue. So if you just rush the game, you will never know why she's got a bone to pick. At least I don't think it says it clearly, or explicitly outside of that. Maybe it does. Darn those kittens, look at all this graffiti, it won't come off. Rub, rub, rub. The more I rub, the worse it gets. So cute little kitten. So yeah, CyberConnect 2 made this way back. So what CyberConnect 2, or CyberConnect at the time, that this was made, like to do, they have their little passion projects. So this game is one of them. The sequel, Solato Robo, is also one of them. The lock has been removed. I guess I can go in now. There's a lot of charm in here. In these games, there is deep lore. This game is pretty light on it. The second game, Solato Robo on the DS, has an unbelievable amount of lore. Like, that is the lore game. That is like the entire setting spelled out. Give me that. I think it drops another one too, so I have to... He's speeding, so we have to shoot him. That's what cops do, right? There we go. There might be another. So whistles are also valuable. There's another one up there I'll get in a sec. There's like a hidden cooldown for the bubble gun. Like shooting lemons as Mega Man. I don't think any cops like to shoot lemons, but maybe there are some. So, I think we have sufficiently blown him up to get all the photo components that he can drop. Let's go around the tree. Okay, got it. So these are our measure of percent completion, which is the real reason that I'm actually going for them, is to look like I'm actually completing the game. If you want to go to another island, you can use your airship. It is a thing I can do at any time. Problem is I have to actually go to where the airship is parked. For some areas in the game, that will be somewhat harder than others. So there's a photograph inside the fireplace. Don't worry, small child. I swear there's a good reason for all this. Makes me feel better. Boo-hoo! What's the matter? The cats kidnapped my baby. Your baby? Kidnapped? Yes. Oh, you mean your doll? His name is Morris. By any chance, is this the baby you were looking for? Waffle hands the doll to the girl. Oh, Morris. Thank you, Mr. Policeman. This is for you. Waffle was given a photograph. Thank you for the photo. I'll put it in my photo album later. The NPCs whose dialogue changes the most are the ones in Porto where I start. He's a menace. I heard that the airship, Archeonus, will return to Risaka Harbor. I wish I could ride in an airship like that. Also have to talk to NPCs in order to find out where you need to go next. And in fact to unlock some locations to go to, if I recall. Give me that. This piece completes one of the photographs. I'll put it in my album later. A lot of them you have to hit twice. Most of them you don't have to hit more than that. I want want to say there might be none that you have to hit more than that, but I like to play it safe. Do you know about the islands of Airleaf to the east? There are so many small islands that you can't navigate Airleaf by airship. Airleaf. I could probably get there in my airship. I should check it out soon. So I just unlocked that location. If I hadn't talked to that person, I think there's another one that can unlock it for you, but I don't remember. I heard you've chased the black cats away. Thanks. By any chance, do you know anything about the Furzen mine? That's where the head of the Iron Giant was recently excavated, right? Everybody's been talking about it. Yeah, I heard 3 cat girls talking about it. They said something about a crystal hidden in the mine. I wonder what they meant. A crystal? I wonder if there's another crystal in Furzen. Okay, I'll go to the Furzen mine on my airship. Renovating. What do you want? Are you the one who arrested the black cats by yourself? You don't seem that tough. Ha ha ha, well, it was nothing. I wasn't trying to flatter you or anything, but thanks. Okay, dude. One of us here has the steam-powered Magitech robot. Wait, what? I should lock that door. This well after. Well after. So to do those sidelong jumps, you have to tap a direction and the jump button right after. And I think that's what the dive sensitivity setting is about. Someone put up a sign saying, "Do not enter, staff only." Oh, that's right. That leads behind the door that's over here, I think. Come on. Yeah. I can't get in there till much later, so we're not going to even worry about it. I should be able to get that whistle that was over here. And other than the photo that's down below in that area by the clock, the tick-tock tick. This area is pretty much complete. What will take me somewhat longer to complete I'm going to save real quick, is Airleaf. Airleaf is pretty hefty. Mostly because it is a combination of platforming, area awareness, and, well, you'll see. There is jetpacking to be done. I'm going to go to Porto real quick. So here's a bunch of areas we're going to wind up going to. Airleaf is where I want to go next, but I'm going to go to Porto first. Grimto, Coolant, and the Eggstone. Eggstone you get to via Airleaf. We'll get there shortly. I don't think we could ever officially go to Praria. Oh, that's bad. What is that? Okay, that was weird. There is a time when we'll be in Praria, but we're not gonna actually be able to explore it, really. I don't think there's anything there either. I don't know what that hitching was about. That had me a little nervous. So yeah, this game is cute. I think this is the town where things kind of lag a bit. There's a couple locations where the game's probably going to lag a bit, but we'll see. The Archaeonus used to be the airship used exclusively by the royal family. Now it's available for public use. The mine became famous after the head of the Iron Giant was discovered there. Your grandfather is researching that kind of stuff, isn't he? So our walking speed is pretty abysmal. It's very slow. An old inventor named Dr. Jones lives in Airleaf. Dr. Jones. Oh, I can't actually go in my garage. That's great. This is the police station. It says police with a star over it. If I talk on the telephone, I can save. We're not going to do that here. Okay, we are saving then. I, for some reason, thought I was playing a Japanese game. Slightly awkward. Soundtrack noises. We can't change our outfit. But here's the photo album, again. The only real measure of our success available. So, here's Alicia sitting there, contemplating things. Here are some cats. They're cute. They're rapscallions. Kittens, rather. The kittens actually, as well as the Black Cats gang, as well as Waffle and Panta, show up in some cameos. These are characters we haven't been introduced to yet. Show up as cameos in Solato Robo. They do not show up in the third game, kind of fourth. So the third game, which came out this month, is called Fuga, or Fugue. Memories of Steel, I want to say? Melodies of Steel. And it is literally Space Runaway Ideon, except you're furry people in a bolo super tank that has a soul cannon that, like, eats people to shoot. So it's a despair simulator, and I have it, but I haven't gotten around to it yet because I've been busy the last 2 weeks. It's kind of a prequel to all of these. Oh, why did you do that? Don't do that. That's bad. Thank you. That scared the bejeebus out of me. I must have, like, hotkeys set up somewhere, which are not smart. That's fine. So we're going to go to Airleaf. Oh, a message from headquarters. Waffle, you have a problem. We have a problem. The passenger airship Archeonis has been hijacked by the Black Cats. Hijacked? Yes, we got a report that the Black Cats boarded the airship. The line was disconnected before we were able to get more details. At this moment, it has changed course and is circling Risaka. Since losing contact, we don't have any details on the situation inside. Got it. I'll get there right away. Okay, I'm heading for the Archeonis, so I've just unlocked another location I can go to. With that, I will save, and then I will go to Airleaf. Strictly speaking, Airleaf is kind of is potentially a two-parter. We get something very special at Airleaf that unfortunately we can only use at Airleaf. There aren't very many places in the game where it would be useful, but there are one or two I can think of. Final Dungeon, I am looking squarely at you. Furzin is fairly involved. Grimto is short. Coolant is short. The Eggstone might as well not exist because it's like a sub-concept compared to the rest of these. Archeonis is... Archeonis, we're going to have some of our... That's where the platforming starts. Furzin, less so. I'm not too concerned with that. Airleaf, though, we get a gimmick. It's an interesting gimmick. Oh man, I'm stuffy all of a sudden. What's that all about? Porto branch office of the police. Woo! I love how our mech sockets into the airship. Everything about it is wonderful. I forget the mechanical designer offhand. If you said their name, I'd probably say yes, that is them. So you can see there's a photo fragment off in the distance. It's almost impossible for airships to navigate the area with all these islands. So it's the perfect place for a hideout for the Black Cats. Now, we know where they are already. But we're here for photo components, also to get something that we'll need later. I'm not getting you. I'm avoiding the health items. There we are. There are a butt ton, an absolute mountain of photograph pieces here. I am not going to go totally nuts getting them now. I'm not going to go out of my mind, because we get something now and then something that improves that something. Oh, you'll see. Let's just move on. Excuse me, have you seen a group of kittens around here? Oh, good, you came at the right time. I need your help. He's a Scotty dog, so it's appropriate, I swear. Aha! Just as I suspected! The black cats, right? No need to worry. Now that I'm here... It's kinda old, but I guess it's good enough for my experiment. An experiment? What experiment? Hey, hold it! What are you doing? Hey, knock it off! And thus we have science attached to our robot. Yes, this is perfect. Sometimes I amaze myself. And what is it? What do you think it is? It's my high-speed jetpack. With this, we can rescue people who get lost in the islands. So, the black cats aren't around here, are they? The black cats? No. I'm looking for someone who can rescue people who get lost in the islands. You'll do it for me, right? It will also be a test for my new invention. Alright, I'll do my best. The jetpack is really easy to operate. Just press and hold the jump button to fly and steer with the directional buttons. Your objective says target. That means someone's stuck on the island. Good luck. So we have jetpack. It moves us. The yellow gauge to the right, that's going down very quickly, is our jetpack gauge. Later we get an upgrade that makes that last an incredibly long amount of time. I can cross the entire gargantuan space that we're in using it in one fuel go, and probably circle most of the way back. There is a way to make it so it just goes vertical. I think I just did it. This is not where I want to be. And oh yeah, there is falling damage, by the way. We get pancaked. So that is where we are gonna take some hurt. That's gonna be tight. Yeah. It runs out very quickly. So, oh, that's right, when you... I'm gonna just take the damage. When you respawn back in, your gauge isn't always full. This way. I'm not gonna make it. Oh. So this is tricky. And I'm doing a very poor job of it, but that's okay. Oh, okay. The one thing we don't want to do is die. That would be inconvenient. There it is. I thought there was one right up here. Found a piece of a photograph. Woo! So there's a target out there. I'm not too sussed about getting that at this time. Okay, there's health there. And because you have momentum, I'll see if that counted as Yes, it did. Excellent. Counted as landing, which is perfect. I'm gonna go grab this bone/wrench. So that's what, 3 photograph? 3 or 4? Including the one that's up, kind of tricky to see that I got because I remembered it's there. Because that was the last photo fragment I ever found, because I didn't even know there was an island up there. Also want whistles. Whistle's good. There are going to be parts of this game where I'm probably going to die. They are mostly going to be bosses that take a while to kill. I found a piece of a photograph. Yeah, from on high, it's really hard to judge where you're, how far you are to the ground. Don't need that over to the left yet. And these items don't disappear either. Found a piece of a photograph. There are a couple tricky spots that these are hidden, if I recall. These are kind of hard to get at because they're such small targets. So this is a game with just all kinds of goofy gameplay elements that they were like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if... And I appreciate game design like that. Sometimes it doesn't make a... Sometimes it makes a bit of a mess, but you can have some pretty great games out of it. Isn't there a moon-shaped island here that I have to keep an eye out for? Well, I've already flubbed up this flight, so that's fine. I think it's over there. Oh, that's right, because, yeah, if you fall after running out of juice, it has to regenerate from the beginning. This isn't the island I'm thinking of, that's okay. I do want to go over there eventually. Oh, there they are. I knew they were over here somewhere. I just couldn't figure out where they were. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and head over to these here. I'm going to go for this one. Incidentally, the jetpacking minigame / gameplay gimmick is present in the sequel, Solato Robo. Solato Robo is a very different game. This game has an emphasis on grabbing things enemies throw and throwing them back, as well as shooting them with bubbles. Solato Robo, on the other hand, is basically all melee combat all the time, with like picking up and grabbing enemies and objects that the enemies throw. Being the core gameplay. Substantially more enemy variety there. It is a very different game. Very good. Oh, shoot. A very good game, but very different. In fact, about the only negative thing I have to say about Solana Robo is that it's on the DS. And, like, I like the DS. It has a lot of... Nintendo DS has a ton of great titles, but, particularly when it comes to actual sound and audio quality, the DS does not have it. Visuals-wise, it's fine, I guess. Oh boy. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. That's fine. That's better. Don't do that either, thank you. I don't even know where I am. Oh, I'm above them, okay. Okay, that was a big digression. I've completed a photograph. I am a master of all that I survey. Okay, now I need to get back down here to the plus symbol. So a lot of the game's lore for this particular title is in art books that did come out. And I think are actually somewhat more findable than the game at this point for a reasonable price, or at least were not so long ago. I do not have them. I would like to acquire them at some point. Solana Robo also, I believe, got some, but Solana Robo itself is like an encyclopedia of background lore for the setting. And there is a lot there. It is... Whew, it is heavy. How much lore there is, and there are like almost every granular detail you can conceive of is answered in the encyclopedia lore sections of Solana Robo. You're wondering what happens if a dog person and a cat person have kids? Well, it winds up being either a dog or a cat. You wonder how this civilization came to be? Well, oh, it's because I'm double tapping. So, this has a message on it. Show me the message. Rassel Rye Bread. Russell. I can't read the other bit on it. He is an excavator, archaeologist type person, though. So we're going to talk to him against our better judgment. Oh, don't do this. What are you doing? Okay, that was weird. I didn't like that.
Excuse me, are you all right, mister? What?
Oh, boy, did I sleep.
Grandpa? Is that you, Grandpa Russell? So you're the one who got lost in the Airleaf Islands?
What an ordeal. I wanted to use a shortcut, but I ended up getting lost.
Grandpa, driving when you're tired is a really bad idea.
You sound like your mama. Anyway, why don't you come with me to do some research sometime?
Research? You mean search for the parts of the Iron Giant?
Of course. Hurry up, let's go.
Hey, Grandpa, wait! This place. Is this the Eggstone? Is this part of the Iron Giant?
Wow, did you figure that out all by yourself?
I can't tell if he was being sarcastic there.
You say? Is that your attitude toward my life's work?
I'm sorry.
I can't believe that you became a cop instead of following in my footsteps.
The legend of the Iron Giant. I heard that story every day when I was a kid.
He was a giant who could reach the clouds. He was born of a man of diminutive stature who had eaten the seeds of wisdom. Iron scraps and a pinch of sand were his womb. His first bath was in a smelter, and his first breath was filled with hatred. His arms touched the clouds, his roar shook the heavens, and his breath froze the land. He struck fear to those who stood in his way, and he left nothing but silence in his wake.
A legend always includes some truth. You used to tell me that, huh, Grandpa?
That's because I have great faith in it. Well, I have more research to do. Keep up the good work, Waffle.
Oh, he's gone already. He never stays in one place for long.
So, lore time. Oh, that's right. There's one back here too. Or is it behind that? It might be behind the headstone. Oh no, back here. So because you have a bunch of inertia and momentum, I could very easily have walked off the edge there. To come to slightly more abrupt stops, we have the reverse button, but it's not substantially faster, I don't think. Can I talk to you? The story of the Eggstone is carved on this marker. The Eggstone is the most enigmatic relic ever found in Prairie. Unlike other relics, this stone wasn't buried, but found as it stands today. Some historians feel that it may be a tribute to an ancient god, while others say it's a tombstone, but no one knows for certain. So, cool lore setup, cool world setup. Alright, we're gonna save, because I think we may have successfully gotten all, unbelievably, of the picture fragments there. So we, I don't think, ever have to go back to Airleaf ever again, if I did it right, which I may not have. I'm not going to go back to Airleaf until the arbitrary point. It's like the halfway point of the game where you can where you get the better jetpack. Part of me wants to do Farazan, because it's honestly less difficult than the Archaeonis. The Archaeonis has some genuinely difficult platforming, or tricky platforming. And I want to say there's a bunch of stuff you have to do there, so we're gonna do Farazan first. Also, we get to meet a new character or two.
Look, it's Farazan. I wonder what the head of the Iron Giant looks like. Isn't this exciting?
Princess Teria, I'm gonna get in trouble if you walk around unescorted.
Oh, you always overreact. We just came here to look, right?
Yes, but... Oh, that's...
Huh?
bunch of picture fragments here. There's actually some tricky Oh God, don't do that. I hit buttons because I have a big brain. There we go.
What happened?
The Black Cats gang have kidnapped the princess.
Princess? You mean Princess Teria?
Yes, that princess. She wanted to see the head of the Iron Giant, so we came here to see it. But we were ambushed by the Black Cats gang. The next thing I knew, she was gone. Oh, dear.
Voice actor doing his best droopy impression, and kudos
If
for that, I
anything
guess.
happens to the princess, I don't deserve to live.
Hold on a minute. It's not your fault.
No, a little bit.
Don't worry. I'll save Princess Teria. I promise.
Princess, oh, princess, please be okay.
Remodeling. Mostly we're grabbing that whistle. So this place is actually pretty involved. Fersen is a it's mines. They are mines where the Iron Giant's head is. This is a steam-powered drill. It's used to drill holes through solid rock. We'll get back to that later. Hello. Black Cats just showed up here. They must be up to something. Man has pinups. But no furniture. I just took all of it away. Except for this one. Now he has no furniture. So, cute posters. I don't think this is a door I can go through. So you'll notice some slightly drunken movement on occasion. That is again because movement is not easy. There's a lot of weight to it. I just saw 3 cat girls carrying a girl that looked just like the princess. They put her in an airship and took her to the top of the cliff. Is it possible it was really the princess? Nah, couldn't be. Huh. Alright, so super hard jump coming up. Oh, wow, okay. Ah, I almost had it. I was slightly off angle, I think. So in this game, there is also a grabbing onto ledges mechanic. There aren't a whole lot of other games on the PS1 that did that. They're out there. Metal Gear Solid. Actually, Ape Escape. Maybe. Oh yeah, I went the wrong way. I'll talk to you in a sec. Or now. Try approaching the cliff slowly. The robot can hang onto the edge of the cliff. I think you can also move while hanging. We are going to need to do that a bit later. Not so much now. This is going to wind up being a bit of practice for the airship. I actually had the right angle there, and I thought I didn't. This one's by probably the hardest jump in the game. There we go. I am a champion. Outside of one in the final dungeon, which is only hard because of camera. So again, fall damage. I can mitigate that by doing this. Doing a little flutter in midair. I have to tap every time I want to get a flutter out, by the way. And if I do one, come on, while I'm not moving, only allows me to reorient. It will not, like, I will, here, I'll do a jump off of here. So the more of them I do, I'm holding forward, I'm not moving. Okay, so down there are mines. up here are not mines. I am going to have to go to mines in a bit. There's some tricky grabs I'm going to have to do for picture components. I'm not going to worry about that for now. I'm going to go up here a sec. Oh, come on. Like that one up there. That one's another kind of tricky one to get at. So this is kind of our... come on, get in there. This guy's relevant. Girl? I have no idea. Minor.
Hey, you trying to read my diary? I won't let you. I won't. I won't.
There's a diary on the table.
Hey, get out of here. My diary is... Oops, I almost told you my secret.
Would you rather have your diary or your chair? So, his secret is a photo. And if it's the photo I think it is, it's a pretty precious photo. You'll know why later. It is for a specific character that I want to say we actually meet here, eventually. I do want to go into the mines. I kind of want to do the mines before I do this. This is going to be our taster. Oh, I can't actually go up that slope. That's sick. I didn't think you could. Some slopes you can't, but that one, obviously I can. By far the easiest way to get around that. You can't go around corners. So I'm going to try doing the mines real quick. Mines are kind of involved. They may not let me go all the way through. So just remember the surface for a minute. I'm not taking that. Since these items don't disappear, the boxes they're in, whatever those are. I have 10 whistles so far. That's actually pretty good. It is entirely possible towards the end of the game that I'm going to need a lot of whistles. The final boss isn't so bad. The black cats are ruining the mine. Please do something. We're not grabbing that. So this is a map. We need to remember that. So I want to go to 4 first, then I'm going to go to 2, then 5, then 2, then 3. Get in the minecart by jumping in or pressing the action button while standing in front of it. I think he's lying about jumping in. Oh, it actually worked. It's just facing me the wrong way entirely, which is less than productive. That's okay. So, minecart action! So, I'm gonna have to hop back into the minecart to grab that. You can't go off the tracks, as far as I know. Oh my god, pick it up, thank you. I found a piece of photograph. The second mine has been closed since the arrival of the black cats. Okay, you wanna let me in? This door won't open. There's a sign. The second mine closed. Okay, so we gotta get a pretty clutch grab, because your window for success is super short. He says as he gets it effortlessly. Thank you. That's what I like to see. There's like 3, I think, in the mine that I'm gonna have to do like that. One of which is after a jump, which is a bit fraught. So I want to go to 2, right? Yeah, 2. 2, then 5. There are some combat segments here which are going to be damaging enough to be concerning if I'm bad, which, you know, hopefully not. Again, not a super hard game, but it has its moments. I'm going straight for the bomb tosser. If you don't, so if I hold him, you put him in after a certain amount of time automatically. If you tap the button right afterwards, they'll get immediately zapped into the green thing on your back. And yeah, there's extra echo effect because we're in a mine. Oh, here we go. Oh. You're mine. I don't think I can grab them. I believe I take damage if I do. Yeah. So you shoot him with the boobles, and you grab him. That boodle-ding usually indicates that you have indeed grabbed all the cats. I am looking for 5. I'm gonna take you just to top up. At some point, I think I have to deal with tanks that shoot things. I do want to be a little careful about it. I want to be topped up. Oh yeah, and here's the Iron Giant's noggin. That's not terrifying. The head you see on your way here is the Iron Giant's. Not sure it's real, though. According to legend, her ancestors were destroyed by the Iron Giant. So here's the map. Aren't you glad there's a map? I'm glad there's a map. Jumping won't get me anywhere faster, but it makes me happy to do it. So, Iron Giant noggin. If you somehow are under the impression that we're not going to be fighting the Iron Giant at the end of the game, then I am so sorry to disappoint you. We absolutely are. It's going to be revived, but how, you ask? Who would be so foolish? Where are you? There you are. Can I jump in it backwards? Sort of, yeah, okay. I didn't even know you could jump in them backwards until literally today. My sacrifice was worthwhile. There we go.
Yeah.
I'll actually take the path to 1 just to be on the safe side. Make sure there isn't anything, oh, gosh, yawning. Yow. Yeah, here's what. Yeah, I missed absolutely every one of them. That's fine. So this is the tricky part, which is getting through all of these. steps. I'm not even sure that it's possible to get all three on a run because you have that delay. Oh wow, good job. The one I'm most worried about is the one that I have to jump for. There's no way for me to speed up the trolley ride, so just bear with me. Ah, that was too slow. Yeah, I was too slow. This could take a few tries. I apologize in advance. I would very much like to do Solato Robo as well, because that is a wonderfully in-depth game. Lots of stuff going on in there. The difficulty with that, I thought I had it there, is that I don't know how to stream with the DS, so I'm probably gonna have to get an emulator for it up and running. This is frustrating. This one's probably the hardest one to grab for. I don't think there's another one I have to jump for. If there is, I'm not sure where. There we go. Much better. And I've completed a photograph, which is the best. Not even justice, and I only want truth. Let's look at the map here. Where am I? I'm at 3. I want to head for 6, 7. Very good. Ah! Oh, I should have picked up health. Whatever. Oh, I am good. So there you could actually see it go. Yeah. Actually, don't want to kill the bomber cat. I want to keep. Oh, nice. They both got blown up. This is fantastic. If this were a speed run, which this is not, I'm not a speedrunner. Sorry. Get back here. That would have been like the best thing that could happen ever, is just have one of them blow it up on you as you're walking by. Okay. I'm gonna eat that. So we definitely wanna, yeah, we're on 6, so we'll go to 7. And I think we have to go back to 5 later, but we'll figure that out. Yo, what up? Aside from coal, this mine has also held relics of an ancient civilization. We learned about the relics from the ancient writings. They are very valuable. He said something important there that I missed. Your Robo's transporter is also a relic, right? It may have hidden functions, too. Foreshadowing, wing. You just don't know it yet. Alright, where does this take me to? Oh, up here. Nice. So that was very much the long way over. Oh, I need to get that one too. In fact, that's what I will do here. I'm not gonna try for that jump. So there's a vaulting animation and everything. Ugh. So one of the actual features of yeah, you can't really use that to hop over that. Of the flutter jump, well, to keep yourself in the air longer. Its main use is going to be for bosses that are doing things that you need to jump over and stay over. There's at least one, well, two bosses in a row actually, where it's very, very important. I found a piece of a photograph. Yeah, boy! If you keep going, you'll see the head of the Iron Giant. Yep, you're wrong about that, though. You should be very careful, because the black cats are around here somewhere. I don't believe you. I'm doing this slightly out of sequence. Oh, this kitten was carrying something. Waffle found the green crystal. So yes, we are collecting the Chaos Emeralds. It's alright, don't worry about it. The inside is hollow. I wonder if the crystal was hidden in here. These look obviously very similar to that giant egg thing. Completed a photograph. We're just that good. We're just that good, don't you know? I am not going to take that one. That one there. Because I can't come back from this. But we get a cool loop-de-loop. So there's that, right? I'm supposed to jump into that other one. We're not doing that. We are going to get back in sequence. We're just going to have knock-on effects, I think. The game does, in my experience, do a good job of planning for doing things slightly out of sequence because it's kind and well-designed and well-made. Like the thing with the doll, for instance, is it's got its own dialogue for if you've already got it. Takes care of it right then and there. Here, getting the crystal early might have knock-on effects. I don't think it would be anything serious, but I don't think I can make that jump. That's not what I wanted to do. That was the worst. That was the worst jump. I'm ashamed. I think I got where I needed to be, though, so we're good. Use a sub-mine. Doing this now. I hear voices on the other side of the door.
How lucky we came here looking for a crystal, but it looks like we found ourselves a princess, too.
Do you think you can get away with this? Untie this rope. Let me go. Let me go this instant.
Oh, pipe down! Stare, are you sure that this is the princess?
Maybe.
How dare you?
So it's Alicia, Flare, and Stare. They all have
Princess Teria!
very clear character divisions.
Waffle! Darn, you found us already!
Stop this! Let Princess Teria go!
Well, what should we do? First of all, give back the crystal I left at Rasaka.
Okay. Now release the princess!
I said first of all, didn't I? One more request. Find the crystal hidden in the mine.
Is this the crystal you were talking about?
So yes, the game plans for this.
Hey, you must have read my mind. Give it to me.
Nice.
Don't listen to her.
You stay out of this.
Waffle. She must mean a lot to you.
Of course. Princess Teria is irreplaceable. Please, don't do this to the people of Prairie.
The dog people of Prairie should suffer more. A lot more.
Alicia!
Alicia, a promise is a promise.
I know. Here.
Yes! Now we have 2 of the crystals.
Wait!
Oh, Princess, I'm so glad you're all right. I've never been happier.
I'm sorry that I made you worry. Waffle, thank you. Thank you very much.
So there are clearly some of these that you have to hit more times. I'm glad I did. And another whistle. Whistles are, like I've already intimated, whistles are valuable in the sense that they keep you from getting a game over, but because when you die, most of the places where I'm going to wind up dying are going to be places where it's against a boss, and if you die against a boss, you're taking the whole boss over again, which is a pain. The other place where it'll happen, oh, I forgot about the idle animations, so we'll let those go off real quick so you can actually see them. The other place where it'll happen, there we go. Imagine the fine motor control required to do that. Hello.
What fiends kidnapping our princess? Master Waffle, please teach the black cats a lesson they'll never forget.
I don't have a big enough lip to do the droopy voice. Princess Teria, are you alright? Yes, thanks to you, Waffle. Thank you very, very much, Waffle. Aw.
Master Waffle, please teach the black...
Oh, we already did that. Okay, I can't get through the door because he's blocking the way. I think this is the place where I need to go anyway, right? Yeah, it is, clearly. The other place where I'm going to wind up using a bunch of whistles up is a place where if you die, you go back to the beginning of the area. There's a stop. It is a timed segment. So you're under the gun, and frankly, it kind of sucks. Like, if you die there, you can die right at the end. It's very easy to die right at the end, and then you have to do the whole thing over again. But it resets the clock too, so it's okay, I guess. I found a cat. So by doing this, it'll go. So if I look up, you see how the guiding line goes up as well. Looking down, it kind of doesn't do it beyond a certain amount. And I have to wait for the camera to reorient on its own, which is exactly as frustrating as it sounds. That I want.
Yeah! I did
What?
it! I escaped!
He escaped.
Panta, have you been waiting to ambush the Black Cat's gang again?
Yup. But this time,
Yup.
I got stuck in this box. I'm telling you, I was getting kind of scared.
Notice, though, that I never touched the box, and he made it explode. So Panta is truly a powerhouse.
More importantly, it seems that the three sisters went through this door.
And yeah, I do want to save just to be on the safe side. The save side. Ah. 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 I actually wanted to say yes to. Come on! There we go.
Wow! Hit the button.
Wondrous. So, boss time.
What is that thing?
What is that thing?
My new invention, the Black Cat Mecha 2! There's nothing left for me here. So I'll just drill holes all over the place!
Stop it, Alicia! You'll destroy the mine!
I told you, I love to make the dog people suffer. Come on, stop me if you can!
So you're probably wondering why she wants to make the dog people suffer, and I promise she does actually. I promise there is a point in time in which that gets explained, but you do have to go out of your way for it.
Ah, don't get cornered.
Oh, that's right, rocks.
Wow! Here I come! Wow! Here I come!
Those do a bunch of damage too, so I did not want to lose those. Oh,
Here I come! Here I come!
You have to catch them in midair, and I'm really bad at that.
Here I come!
Oh, I missed. Wow, good work.
Oh no!
I do not know where the rocks fell. I do know
Here I come!
they fell. And I missed, so that's a little embarrassing.
Here I
There we go. They do a lot of damage. The problem is for some reason my brain is saying I can't catch. Ow.
Alicia.
I always thought you sided with the cat people.
What?
Alicia.
Siding with the cat people? What's that supposed to mean? Oh? These are the crystals I just gave them.
They're not very competent thieves. As evidenced by me having to do all their work for them. And then blowing up their adorable abomination there.
I was so scared today. I've never been kidnapped before.
Yeah, I figured that.
Teria, I beg you to behave more like a princess.
Well, I don't regret what happened. Because I was able to meet Waffle.
Huh?
Princess!
Why don't we go back to Praria Castle together? My father will be pleased.
I've never been to Praria, and besides...
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Her father, the king, is a piece of work, and as we will shortly see.
Yes, I'll do my best.
Waffle, wait!
And then there's this guy. we meet several pieces of work throughout the course of this game. The king is one of them. This guy's a real piece of work.
I'm Cyan Garland, captain of the Praria Palace Guards. I would like to challenge you to a contest.
Contest?
Yes, that's right. I can't let a cop like you hog all of Princess Terria's admiration. This time, we'll see which one of us will capture the black cats first.
Right.
Then our princess will know who the real dog is.
Ellipsis. So yeah, it's corny and charming. What time is it? Oh shoot. Oh wait, first I gotta go back to Fersen. So we've met Cyan, so I can do this now. This is a thing I can do. I can technically do it anytime after I've rescued the princess. Come on, get up there. Get up there. Be that way. We're not doing it the hard way. We're doing it the easy way. This takes longer, but is much easier to do, so we're doing it this way. I'm not gonna bother with the platforming. Because there's a jump there that I can very easily miss, and I'll have to do it all over again. This way, it's very straightforward. I have to go to 3. Oh no, I have to go to 5, don't I? Or does it not let me there now? There's 2 things I have to check out. This is a bit of a detour and may not be where I need to go. But fortunately, from 2 I can get back to where I need to go. Go to 5. Yeah, that boss fight went pretty well. There's a couple boss fights later on that are a bit trickier. Believe it or not, we are probably a full third of the way down the game at this point, maybe a bit more. It's not very long. It's only as long as I let it be. No, not 5. Where did I think I was going? Yeah, I did that. It's true. I also need to go to Porto. I'll do that after this. Well, you see a giant head, and we see a giant sword in an island later, and there's the egg thing, which I don't think ever becomes especially relevant. It's implied that the egg is somehow related to its power source, I think, but I don't remember if it actually... if we ever actually have to go back there. I don't remember. It's been a while. So background lore-wise, so you've heard Alicia being like, oh, I thought you were in favor of the cat people versus dog people. There's racial tension, as you'd kind of expect. I want to head to 3. Now, in the background lore, cat people and dog people have pretty much just traded, like, being the aggressors in various wars over the course of the last couple hundred years, I think. So, like, nobody's really morally better at this point in time. Like, at one point, the dogs had, like, all kinds of magic shenanigans they could do, and then the cats were just lion people who were very warlike and aggressive. They have a war, and then a while later, the cat people have all kinds of magic stuff, but the dog people develop robots. And the dog people go on the offensive and start, like, taking stuff over. And then they reach another kind of détente, or peaceful settlement. None of these events are covered in the games except for Solata Robo, which talks about them because it's kind of central to a lot of the setting. I have to go back on this one. This is why I'm here. Is to make sure there's nothing above and behind me there as I'm going past. I don't think there is, but I've got to find out for sure. And then I'll go back. Well, if there is, this is the worst angle to see it. Yeah, nothing there. Very good. Very good. Alright, I'll hop back in here. Solata Robo, again, has a lot of the background lore. What's another bit of interesting Little Tail Bronx lore that I can remember off the top of my head? It's a cute setting, both literally and figuratively. Yes, I did do that. You are right. You are correct. Okay. We've done our duty. Oh, no, not like this. Thank you. You'll hear a bit of that. Hopefully not too much, though. It's pretty annoying. You're gonna hear a lot of it later, much to my chagrin. Oh, I also don't want to do that. I really didn't want to do that. Okay, so we're going the long way now. Short way, rather. So that bumping thing we just passed by, we are going to have to interact with in a minute. Because... guess who's gone? There's a diary on the table. 05/05/95. Weather sunny. Today I found something wonderful in the mine. It's beautiful. I hid it in the drill outside so that no one would steal it. Okay. So for maximum dramatic impact, we're gonna have to do this 2 ways. Get up there. I am ignoring that for now. It should be activated. I'm going to board the airship. I'm going to go back to Porto. I'm going to talk to the NPCs. I'm going to go look at the photo album. Then I'm going to go back, interact with the gizmo, go back to Porto, and then show you the photo album again. This is adorable. Oh, I wanted to talk to NPCs. It takes me a lot less. Whatever, I'll do it afterwards. So, we have photos. Cute little kittens with their explosives and pyromania on full display. Princess Teria, disguised and interacting with the peasantry at a market. Alicia, which we showed off already. Boob window intact, however that works. More kittens with sharp pointy objects. Stare reading a book, as Stare will do. She's very enthusiastic. Flare in a swimsuit, which is probably not stream appropriate, but she's making a sandcastle, so it's okay. Panta running places, as Panta does. We never really see him doing that. We have the butler, whose name eludes me, and our grandfather, who is Russell Rye Bread. And we have the absolute unit, the absolute man of men, or dog of dogs, Cyan. But we're missing something. I think we could get another perspective on Cyan, and I think people would appreciate another perspective on Cyan. I think people like Cyan a lot. He definitely doesn't always try to steal our thunder and then gets stuck in traps and whatnot. No siree, Bob. He would never do something so crass and foolish. The mine became famous after the head of the Iron Giant was discovered there. Your grandfather is researching that kind of stuff, isn't he? That's like a hint that you should probably go rescue your grandfather if you haven't already. Yeah, okay, we've done that. The Archaeonus used to be the airship used exclusively by the royal family. Now it's available for public use. You need to tell me some new information, sir. An old inventor named Dr. Jones lives in Airleaf. I don't know why they keep calling him Dr. Jones, because he's definitely not called Dr. Jones. He's absolutely Russell Ryebread. I know this because I read it on his crashed blimp. Dirigible. It's a airship thing that goes through the air. So it's sort of a magical steampunk. So, there's something in the maintenance hatch. Waffle found a photograph. Oh, I lost control of my hands. Well, I'd better get back to work. Wow. The translators took some liberties, I'm fairly confident, but Atlas has been known to do that. As does Nippon Ichi Software, for that matter. So we're going back to Porto, because we want to see what we got, what we just purloined. The contraband we've acquired. I fear it is very powerful contraband indeed. There's a reason it was hidden away. And sealed. Sealed away from public view. I wonder why. Because it's our boy. So beach scenes. The game has them. That is your daily dose of way too much cyan. Wearing swim trunks / speedos. I hope people enjoyed that. We are going to save. Based on the time I have and the amount of stuff I've got to actually get around to doing, yes, I want to save. Incidentally, is that at about the 2-hour mark for gameplay? Oh, that's right, that's the wrong button to interact. We've been surprisingly good. Yeah, that is exactly where I want to be. We've been pretty good in terms of acquiring items. I'm trying to remember if there's another door in Frozen I have to open that I can't remember. But I think I've got everything from Frozen now. I really don't want to go back there if I can help it. Actually, even looking at the album, you can tell I've got most of the picture fragments. There's like... what? One more here, which I think I get from the... oh no, I get a whole picture from that one. There's like 5 or 6 more total fragments at this point remaining, plus like 2 solid photos, plus some that you get just by beating the game. We'll also get the ability to watch some of those animated cutscenes again as well, which is nice. Alright, with that though, I do have to scooch. Hope you people are enjoying. It's a cute game. I enjoyed it in years past. I hope you're enjoying it now. Mostly I'm doing it because a 3rd game in the series has come out and is absolutely nothing like this. Absolutely nothing like this. Not in the slightest. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you didn't tune in and you're watching this after the fact, feel free to tune in. I do this every week, every Monday at about noon Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time. East Coast time of the United States? Whatever. I had something more salient to say. Oh yeah, I have other streams throughout the week. Warframe Wednesdays, where I do something Warframe related for a couple hours. And Free Read Fridays, where I read short stories and indeed entire novels aloud. Coming up this Friday will be a few more, actually most of the rest of the book, I think. Some Scandinavian fairy tales, because those are cool. After that, I'm not quite sure. I had something allotted, but I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. It was something clever, though. I don't remember if it was C.J. Sherry or Neil Stephenson, but I had something clever. Oh, right, I did kind of want to... whatever. I have stuff lined up. I have so many things lined up. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Have a good one. Stay safe, stay sane. Stay toasty or frosty, whichever appeals to you more at the moment, depending on the temperature where you're at. Or at exactly the temperature you want to be. Stay at whatever temperature you want to be at. That would be best. Alright, I gotta run. Thanks again. Have a good one. See you later.